Self-belief is the thing that's going to carry you the furthest in life. Self-belief is the thing that's going to keep you going when everything else in the world seems against you, and when you're ready to give up and you're ready to put everything down and walk away. But you know that you don't want to. Self-belief is the thing that gives you grit and gives you power and gives you passion for yourself, for your own life. Because if you don't believe in yourself, anything can knock you over. You'll be like a feather in the wind that'll just blow around the place and never actually have a direction or a true path to follow. Self-belief is the thing that will keep you going when you receive constructive criticism and it stings. It's the thing that will keep you moving forward when you feel like you're not making any progress, when you're not seeing the results that you want to have, because you believe in your own vision. You can see something in your mind and you want to make that a reality. But you know you have to put in the work. You know you have to actively put one foot in front of another in order to get yourself there. Self-belief is the thing that's going to keep you putting that one foot in front of another. So it's so important to train your brain and train your mind and choose your thoughts and choose how you want to perceive yourself. Choose what you think about yourself. Self-belief a lot of the time is how you talk to yourself in those difficult moments. If you find everything's going wrong, or you're making one mistake after another, or you're in this trial and error process where there's more error than success, self-belief is how you choose to talk to yourself. If you're self-soothing and you're saying, hey, it's okay, hey, I'll try again tomorrow, hey, you know what, I learned how not to do it, that's going to get you so much further than you being hard on yourself and you thinking, oh my god, why can't I do this? Why am I not good enough? Oh, there's something wrong with me. Because you choosing to talk to yourself like that is what's going to knock you down further. And you're probably the hardest person on yourself in your own life. Yes, you may have had people in your past who maybe weren't very nice. I know we've all experienced people who were like that. But you're probably so much worse to yourself in your head than anyone else has been to you out loud. And it's coming from that mental programming. It's time to change the way you think. It's time to change the way that you talk to yourself and learn how to self-soothe and actively love yourself in those difficult moments. Mother yourself, father yourself. Give yourself what you need in that moment to soothe yourself and to prove to yourself that you can keep going. And then get up, stand on your 2 feet again, get back up on that horse and keep going. Because it's the action of getting back up and keeping on going. That's what builds that self-belief. That's what rewires your brain. A lot of people tell you, oh, you need to rewire your brain. You need to do all this mental programming. But they don't tell you how. Part of it, yes, is going back through your mind and sitting and doing the healing work and feeling your emotions and feeling your thoughts and releasing things and doing the internal work. That's very static externally. And there is a time and a place for that. But when you've done that and you're finished with that, then you need to get back up on your horse again and physically move forward, physically take action and prove to yourself, because that's the fastest way to rewire your brain, is to get up again and to move forward again and again and again, right? Self-belief comes from self-trust, and that self-trust is only built through you actively doing things that proves to yourself that you're trustworthy. You have to treat yourself like you're a friend. And if you have a friend that's always putting you down and telling you that they don't believe in you and being judgmental, you're not going to want to be around that friend. Chances are you're going to want to move away from them and set really strong, heavy boundaries, right? But now it's time to set those boundaries with yourself, because you can't run away from yourself. You're stuck with yourself for the rest of your life, okay? You don't have to live in an environment internally within your mind where you're constantly tearing yourself down. You can build yourself up. And I feel like we forget that. You can fuel yourself. Fuel your ego in a positive way. Not to be overly egotistical, but the ego that's telling you that you're not good enough, that you're less than, that you're not worth anything, is just as awful and just as detrimental as the ego that's telling you that you're better than everyone else and you're up on this pedestal and everyone's beneath you. And, you know, it's like, it's one extreme to another. one is just as bad as the other. So if you're in this headspace where you're putting yourself down and you're not believing in yourself and you're telling yourself that you're not good enough, that's when you need to swing that pendulum to the other side and maybe learn from the other side of that ego that's saying that they're better than everyone else, and just take a little bit of that and put it where you are, because one will learn from the other. In the same way that the egos that's telling them that they're better than everyone else needs to learn to be humble, the ones that are too humble need to learn how to boost themselves up, need to learn how to roar like a lion, okay? Having that healthy balance and that healthy ego is what you need. And I feel like a lot of us, especially if you're a sensitive empath, highly sensitive person, you've fallen into that trap of being too humble. And I feel like that's the thing that's detrimental to your health. That's what's stopping you from moving forward. You need to build yourself up, build that ego up, build that self-belief up. And you might go overboard a little bit to start with. Or you'll feel like you're going overboard. That's the thing, you'll feel like it's too much, but it's actually just a normal level of ego. But because you're not used to feeling that, you're going to feel like, oh my god, this is too much, and what are other people going to think of me? And they're going to think I'm ignorant, or they're going to have all these negative thoughts about me. They're not. I can guarantee you they're not. They're probably going to look at you and be like, oh my god, wow, they're actually working towards what they want to get. Look how bright they are. Look how shiny they are. Look at the light that they're shining within them. It's going to be a positive reaction. If you're around people who like the fact that you're playing small right now, you might get a negative reaction from them. But those are the people that you don't want in your life. When you're sitting in this healthy state and you're actually building yourself up and you're loving yourself to the point where you feel good about yourself and you feel worth something and you feel like you can take on the world and you feel like you can have everything that you want to have and attain all of your goals and hold everything that you're dreaming of, and you have someone else who's kind of talking in your ear and saying, oh no, let's put you back in that box, let's make you smaller again. That's because they feel uncomfortable. Don't let them make you feel uncomfortable because of it. If they're uncomfortable with you shining your light, they're showing their true colors and they're showing their ego. And if their ego is detrimental to yours and you're not doing anything wrong because all you're doing is loving yourself and pouring into yourself, it's time to step away from those people. You're not going to disrupt anything that wasn't supposed to fall away. If you find people stepping out of your life because now you're stepping into your power, those people were never meant to be around you, and they were only around you because they were taking advantage of you and taking advantage of your light and the fact that you were keeping yourself small. Self-belief is a funny thing because it'll shift your whole reality. If you're a person that never believed in themselves before or found it so hard to step into your power, you will see your whole life transform as you take your power back. And you are being called to take your power back. Guys, this was a little bit of a shorter message today, but I feel like that was so powerful and so needed. Step into your power, step into believing in yourself, and roar like a lion. It's Leo season, and all the planets are in retrograde right now. There's so many of them, and I feel like it's digging up these shadows that are meant to be released in order for you to step into alignment with yourself. And stepping into alignment might feel different to what you're used to. Your soul might be bringing you on a different path to what you thought that you would have. Suddenly, maybe you have a louder voice. You have bigger dreams. Your doubts are falling away. You might be reforming into this brand new version of yourself that you've never seen before. And you're kind of looking at yourself in the mirror and not really recognizing who you are. But just trust the process. Love yourself that little bit more, okay? And step into that power, because I know that you have it inside of you. Thank you so much, guys. I love you so much. Hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.